Hello everyone.
Look at how happy these are.
These are a bright, shining, ooh, I had something going wrong. Look at that. Gerbera Daisies, that's what we're talking about today. So,
Do you know what a Gerbera Daisy is?
a couple different names too for them.
Go ahead.
Gerbs, Gerberas, Gerbera Daisies. We kind of use them all. Same thing. So.
Do you know that they are not only an outdoor plant, but they can be brought inside, which is a bonus. Like if you're giving somebody a gift and you're not sure, or it's this time of the season, I'm gonna take one out of here because this gets really heavy.
And that's one of the things that we tell customers, like, these are one of those plants, one of the few plants in our greenhouses that you can bring inside as a house plant. And I mean, look how happy of a house plant that is. So, and your mom has a great big one in her bedroom that she's had for a long time. I mean, like, it's big. Yeah. So we're going to talk a little bit about that too. But yeah, so how many of you have Gerbera Daisies either outside or have brought them inside as a house plant? Because you can. So we're going to talk a little bit about their care. There's a few things that you really do need to know about the Gerbera Daisies. So let's get into that. I'm gonna put this down too.
It gets heavy, doesn't it?
I gotta grab like the happiest one. Oh, here's one of those that we were looking for before. Look at how pretty that is.
So this series is just a mixed series, and it came with a lot of striping in it.
The Festival Growers Select Mix, and I do want to. They get different sizes. So this is about 10 inches tall, so maybe just a little bit taller than this is what they'll grow to, but there's some really tall.
Yeah, there's some tall ones that are meant for cut flowers, and if you look at your tags, you'll be able to see, but you'll also be able to see those blooms are way up there.
Because you had them in the floral shop.
I
mean,
did.
That was a very popular, not as popular
extremely.
as like roses, but a lot of people would come in and, hey, yeah, I know my girlfriend, my wife, whatever.
They like Gerbera Daisies.
She loves Gerbera Daisies, and
well, they're so cute.
Yeah.
So as far as care, let's get into that right away.
So they are a sun-loving plant, so that's something to keep in mind for both outdoors and indoors. So they do need that 6 hours plus of that bright sunlight, but
Here's
not
the
that
but.
hot. You know, like a geranium can handle that hot, intense afternoon sun. The Gerberas like their sun, but they don't want that intense like afternoon. So if you can find an area.
If you have morning sun that gets quite a bit of morning sun, and then the very, very hot portion of it goes to more of the shade. And that's why they work well in the house too, is because you have them in a window and they're getting all that sun, but it doesn't have to be like that intense brightness.
Yep, so indoors find a pretty sunny spot, especially through that winter time. That'll keep them happy. Watering is kind of that key element for them. And it's hard for me in the greenhouses because they end up, you want to keep them just a little drier, not sopping wet. So sometimes that's really hard, especially with like hanging baskets overhead. That's my fault as far as like I really have to watch the Gerbera Daisies and watch my watering, that they're not getting too much water. They don't want to be soggy, so they can dry down a little bit, not fully dry, but watch that watering, because that's where you can run into troubles, and you'll see it in the leaves. The leaves will start turning yellow. You'll have problems.
Or they'll start getting black spots right in like the middle of the leaf, if you've ever seen that. And what that is it's too much water, and it's literally, think of like a bruise. So it's bursting those water cells, causing it to turn black, and then it's not going to repair itself. If you have a leaf like that, just take
go
it
through
off.
go through and cut it off. The blooms last quite a while. But
when they're on the plant.
When they're on the plant. So you will have to, and it'll continue to put out blooms. You know, there's a bunch of nice new blossoms right there.
I can see them
down
way
in there.
down
There's some
in
buds.
here.
Yeah, so
it's a continuous bloom.
And once they expire, and you'll notice it. We don't have any here that. They'll start looking kind of. You'll start seeing in kind of like in the petals. You'll start seeing almost like lines or darker spots where you know that is. It's a spent bloom. It's time to come off, and you can go through.
It's all good.
You can go through with, little shears. This is from Dram. You go through and do I want to cut that one off? No. find me a bad one.
How about we just cut one of these?
Okay, so let's. These still look good. but we're gonna surgically remove them.
I can put it in a vase in the house.
Yeah, you can have your cut flower. So if that were done, some high school teacher just cringed with my English. Okay, so once they're done, you can go through and clip them off. Or if you want for cut flowers, go ahead and stick that in a little vase with some water in it. They'll look really pretty in your kitchen.
You can tell when they're starting to be spent because the head will start bending down and you'll see it start rotting right up here.
Yeah.
And that's a really telltale sign that the flower is pretty much done. Mm-hmm. But aren't they just adorable? I should have had a bunch growing and did them for Samantha's shower.
Yeah, I know this series. Just look how gorgeous that is. Jane, our one of our gals, she's like, I can't believe Amy didn't grab this one yet. It is beautiful. A couple things. Let's talk about fertilizing. So you can still fertilize about once a week with the Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer.
If they're outside.
If they're outside. Inside, once they're inside, indoors, we're going to treat them just like a normal house plant. So we're going to fertilize about once a month. So we're going to fertilize about once a month.
Once a week indoors. Outside.
There you go. Once
a week outside, once a month indoors.
Thank you. Man, I was getting into some murky waters there. Okay, so that's as far as fertilizing. Problematic. Okay, so Gerbera Daisies, something to watch for.
They're cute, but
they can be buggy, and specifically thrips. So thrips will live right inside that beautiful head here. That's where they thrive. So thrips are a little...
Yeah, not so much the petals themselves, but that little fuzzy, like the inside there.
And they're piercing in and drinking that nectar. And if you have a bad infestation with thrips, and thrips are they're a bad bug that certainly you want to watch for, and you won't see them, but here's a trick. Take a blank white sheet of paper.
If you want the icks.
Yeah, this will seriously give you the creeps, okay, if you have them, okay? So just be prepared. Put that underneath and just tap the head. They'll fall out of there, and you'll look right on that white sheet of paper and you'll see them scurrying, okay, and then squash them. But they're small, so the only way to see them is on a white sheet of paper. You're not going to necessarily look in the flower and see them. You won't see them. So take a white piece of paper and tap that head really hard, and they'll fall out if they're present. But yes, Gerbera Daisies definitely are problematic. I tried. I made sure. I actually tried in the greenhouse.
You've been watching for that because they are so problematic.
Yeah, because I know there's certain crops that thrips are gonna go after the Gerbera Daisies. That's the first thing they're gonna go after, and they will be present if you don't. You win that war before it starts. And so the thing that you want to do is, especially if you're going to have these as a indoor houseplant, is winning that war with a systemic insecticide. So this is bibonide. This is a granular systemic insecticide. You sprinkle this around the soil. That goes down into the soil. It gets drawn up by the roots into the plant, and it protects from the inside out.
And that's really important. Like, okay, so let's say you plant it outside and you have it. It looks beautiful in a container, and it gets to be more of the fall time, and you want to bring it in because you want to save it over winter and have it in the house. Mm-hmm. About 2 weeks prior to bringing it in, you need to give it a systemic. Not because we're talking about the thrips at that point, which that will protect from the thrips too.
Yes.
But all of the
everything
bugs,
else.
all of the bugs that are outside have laid their eggs in the soil, that's normal. Yep, that's totally normal.
They're there. They are there. So you can't stick your head in the sand and pretend that they're not.
So you bring this inside and they hatch because it's perfect conditions.
Now you've got your orchids. You had your orchids or all your other indoor plants, your peace lily, whatever.
All of that gets...
Everything is going to be...
And really, you can use this not just for Gerbera Daisies.
Yeah.
Anything that you take outside for the summer that you're going to bring back in for winter, about 2 weeks.
At least 2 weeks, yeah. Give it a good 2 weeks of, we're going to hit them with the systemic insecticide.
Because you do not want that infesting your house.
No. Yeah, you don't want like white fly.
I remember normally
mites.
You'll see it like around November is when people would come in to the flower shop and be like, I got all these bugs and they're everywhere. And I'm like, did you have plants outside? They're like, yeah. They loved it. I'm like, yeah, they did. So did the bugs.
Yeah, they're there.
So
just because you don't see them doesn't mean that
it's
they're
better
not
to fight it before it happens than after.
So using a systemic insecticide, you could also hit them with like a super soap, but they're, especially the thrips, they're going to be right here. They're loving the center of that, where all that nectar is, especially on a Gerbera daisy. That's where they're feeding. So if you do want to try this out, give yourself the creeps a little bit. Take a white sheet of paper, tap on there, and
see what comes out.
Yeah, you'll see. So now there is like a pollen. They'll have like a little bit of pollen, so that's not it. You'll see some stuff.
You'll look for the wiggly.
They'll start. Yeah, they're like a little microscopic fast worm, and they'll start crawling away. Yeah, it seriously gives you the creeps.
So a lot of our carpenters would buy these when we hit the flower shop because they're air purifiers. So that's why having them in the house is kind of fun.
Yeah.
And it's such a good gift. I know for like end of year teacher gifts, I don't know if people do that anymore, but
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day, where you're like, I don't know if they want it outside or inside. This is a great one to do. I will say this, because a lot of people have been telling me, they're like, why do you keep talking about that online and then everybody takes it? Well, it's kind of the point of business, is to show you, and then it gets everybody excited. Yes.
So if you want Gerbera Daisies, you better come on in, because now that we talked about it.
Well, they were already starting, and that's why we did the video today, because they were already starting to sell out.
Normally, they're much later for us to flower, so
I think
Gerbera
it was
Daisies,
so warm.
Gerbera Daisies normally for us in the greenhouses, they're not blooming until quite a bit later into our season.
Normally around like the middle of May.
They're gorgeous right now.
So people are buying them up.
I've had the heat up because we had, the Snowmageddon, and had 4 or 5 feet of snow in the greenhouse. I had to run the temperature up in the greenhouses to get that snow to melt off. So that's what we kind of think that.
I did order more, but when I say order more, they come in the size of my thumb. They're plugs.
They're going to be slow.
So they're not going to be ready until like end of May, beginning of June.
They're gorgeous. Yeah.
They're so pretty.
I mean, look at this red. I mean, we have such beautiful colors right now. There's a nice variety. So these are absolutely gorgeous. They look, if you want to do a combination planter, what a beautiful, put this maybe in kind of in the front, so those great big Gerbera daisies, those great big heads on them, show off that color. So I mean, that's a great red.
I would do something like tall with this, have the Gerbera daisy, maybe a little accent plant, and then something trailing. I'll have to do a planter and show them on that, because it's super cute.
Yeah, they are really neat.
But yeah, I love them.
All right, so we want to highlight a couple. Go ahead.
We talked about the fertilizer, right?
Yes.
We talked about the sun.
Yes.
We talked about the bug problems.
Yep. Anything else?
No.
Flowering. Use them as a cut flower.
Yep. Okay, we're good.
Check. Okay, so we want to highlight a few of our new Beat Your Neighbor retailers across the country. So we want to highlight this. Actually, the Pere Greenhouse and Floral, they're not new.
They're not new.
They've been one of the first of our retailers.
Yes,
right?
when we started, I was in floral design classes with her, and I was talking about the fertilizer, and she's like, "Oh, I think I could bring some in." So they've been with us like the entire time.
Yeah, for a long time.
The long journey that it's been.
So thank you. De Pere Greenhouse and Floral, so that's the Green Bay area. They're in De Pere, Wisconsin, so that's one of your Green Bay area retailers of our Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer. So be sure to go there. Also, the Grove Greenhouse in Annville, Kentucky. They are one of our newer Beat Your Neighbor fertilizer retailers.
And you can find it there also. If you don't live in Kentucky or De Pere area, you can go on the beatyourneighbor.com and down to the light blue button where it says find a retailer. You can click that. It'll bring you into a map of all of them across the United States and see if there's one near you. If there is, please, please, please go purchase a jar from them. Say hello, tell them we sent you. If there's not, then go ahead on the beatyourneighbor.com. You can order right directly from us and we will ship it out.
Yeah. All right.
Two very easy ways to do it.
Yes, absolutely. So, and if you, we love your comments, but if you're like, is there anyone in Indianapolis, Indiana? we're gonna say,
here's the link.
Yeah, here's the link to the. You can scroll in on that map and find your local retailer.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Beautiful.
So, thanks for joining us. Gerbera Daisies, an awesome, beautiful plant. Try them in your garden if you haven't tried them this year. So,
Awesome.
all right.
Have a great day.
Bye bye.